What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Series 36 Stardust. Now, I'm really excited I found Stardust. It actually took me a while to track down a Stardust with really nice paint apps, because I'll get more into that into detail, but he does come with two accessories. He comes with the tag team titles. Can't wait to get him open and have another set of tag team belts, but on the side, pictures of Stardust. On the back, no real read-up, just a little information on Stardust, ring attire from 2014, affiliations, the Brotherhood, and then here's all his other information. Recreate the action of the WWE. Other figures in this line include Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, Goldust, Bo Dallas, and Diamond Dallas Page. Really excited I have him, so what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him open up, and we'll go on to the rest of his review, so sit tight, everyone. And here we have Stardust posed and out of the packaging. Now, before we get on to the figure himself, he did come with two accessories, in case you don't know what those are. He did come with not one, but two of the WWE Tag Team titles, which I think is really good that they're doing with the Tag Team Champions, is giving us both titles with one figure. That way you don't have to pick both up to get them. At the same time, I kind of wish that, it kind of takes the joy out of picking both of them up and getting both titles, but I can see why they do it. Pick up one figure, get both belts. But let's actually go on to the detail. Now, if you remember my Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins video, same belts. They have the new WWE logo. Nothing has changed on them. They're basically the exact same sculpt that the other titles were. They are still this little coppery color, which isn't quite accurate because I think the titles are a little more bronze than this, but still really nice titles. You can see it does shimmer in the light. I do like these vac metal titles. I'm kind of glad that they're sticking with this and that the new WWE title is the only one they're doing like that. But yeah, you get both of them, which it kind of takes the fun out of it, but at the same time saves the hassle of looking for both figures, so it's hit or miss. But those are the accessories that Stardust comes with. Unfortunately, he doesn't come with his own robe, shirt, or anything, but I'm pretty sure you can fix that up. But here we have Stardust out of the packaging with no accessories, and he just has a lot of details on him, especially with the paint, and it took me forever to find a Stardust with paint applications that I liked. A lot of the time the blue and the gold were like smeared all throughout the costume, and it was just hard finding Goldust. I'm gonna leave it, or Stardust. It was hard finding Stardust that I was happy with, and I just realized that his gloves have this little divot in them, but we'll go more on that in detail. And we'll do that right now, since we're going to zoom in on this really, really awesome face sculpt that they did. Really loving this head scan of Stardust, excuse me, not Goldust. I think Cody Rhodes really hit his stride with this character. Has it ran its course? Probably, but he's having fun doing it. So what more could you ask for? They really nailed the likeness down on him, and I'm pretty sure if you really wanted to, it's casted in, I want to say black. Maybe not going to be the best face sculpt to use for Cody Rhodes, but if you're looking for a happy Cody Rhodes and you know how to customize, well, here's a project for you. But anyway, oh, that's scary as hell. But one thing the figure does do right is the eyes. The eyes are perfect, and they're kind of wonky on mine, looking at them more close. From a distance you can't really tell, but up close you can kind of tell that the eyes are wonky. They got the eye color right, because he does wear contacts as Stardust. Really loving the star on his face, the black lips. Kind of reminds me of the Joker, actually. But yeah, you can see he had a lot of room for error, and a lot of figures I found did have errors on them. It's really hard to line him all up to match. In fact, I think it's nearly impossible. But as you can see, this is what I was talking about. I thought the gloves would go straight all the way, but you can see they kind of have a little curve to them. He does have the little star painted on both sides, although it's not as prominent on this one. But it is in there. This side you can tell. Could have been painted better, but you know what? They tried. That's all I'm going to say. They tried. You can see all the little stars painted on his attire. It says Stardust on the back. Has the S and then all the stars going on his boots. Really well designed figure. I'm really glad that I was able to track one down with paint applications that I was happy with. I know a lot of people are going to have issues with the paint apps, because that's probably what a lot of collectors are going to have the most trouble looking for, is a Stardust with good paint apps. If you're lucky enough to find one, definitely pick them up. But anyway, going on to his articulation, he has a ball jointed head. He can look up, down, left and right, as well as some side-to-side movement, so full range of movement in his head. Arms on a ball joint go out. Excuse me. They do a full 360. He spins at the bicep. Single jointed in the elbow. Spins and bends at the wrist. And then these glove parts are a loose piece, so if you really wanted to, you can move them around. Not really count toward articulation, but they do rotate, or I guess you can move them up if you really want to. I'm keeping mine close to the wrist because that's how they are in real life. But the articulation is the same for both arms. Torso joint stiff, just like on Goldust. And I think Dean Ambrose also had a stiff torso, but he does have an ab crunch which goes forward quite a bit. Back, not so much. Waist swivel. Let's go forward, back, and out. He spins at the thigh. Double jointed in the knees. That's one joint. And there's two. He spins at the boot. As well as has an ankle hinge. Not the tightest, but at the same time it's not loose, so I can live with it. But besides the hinge ankle, he also does pivot at the ankle. So you can get him in a lot of wide stances, a lot of crazy poses, which it's good for the character. I like it. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him posed up, and move him to my final thoughts. That will wrap up this review, so sit tight everyone. And so here we have Stardust posed for my final thoughts, and overall just a really phenomenal figure. I kind of wish that he did come with an entrance robe, but I'm trying to think of what style of robe he wore when he was tag team champions. Did he wear a robe? I just can't remember right off the top of my head. I know he wears that really fancy cape now that looks like Mr. Sinister, but at the time I don't know what he wore. But anyway, like I said, I'm kind of glad that he comes with both belts, but at the same time kind of takes the thrill of the chase away. One thing I do want to mention before anything else is, if you have this figure, I don't recommend putting on the title and taking it off quite often. The reason being, you're going to scratch a lot of this paint on him. And, you know, over time, it's going to rub and you're going to start scratching the paint on him. So be aware of how often you're putting the titles on. You don't want to be scratching all that paint off with, you know, carelessness. Just be aware of that. And you can obviously tell which one he was holding in package and which one was around his shoulder. But anyway, moving those off, I really do love this figure. He's a welcome addition to the collection, especially because Cody Rhodes doesn't wrestle anymore. We only have Stardust. And I kind of wish that he had a little more articulation so he could put his hand in front of his face, but I guess you can kind of do it like this. I don't know. Better men than I will find a way to make that pose work. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I highly recommend Stardust. I actually picked him up at Kmart, where at the time I'm making this review, they were selling him for $16. $16 is a steal for Elite figures. If you can get him for a good price, I highly recommend you pick him up. He is a must-have for your Elite collection, especially because there is no more Cody Rhodes. There is only Stardust. But once again, thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me what you think of Goldust, or not Goldust, Stardust. Is he a welcome addition to your collection, or could you do without him? Not much more to say about the figure or the character, so I'm going to wrap up my review here. Once again, thank you for watching, guys, and I'm King of Dragons 5000, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.